This is the Horn of Africa, gentlemen. I hope you like it, because we're going to be here a while. This is our situation. We're going in as part of a multinational force operating at the request of the Eritrean government. It seems that one of the ways our friends back in Russia bankrolled their coup was selling surplus weapons. Cheap. A faction of the Ethiopian military led by a certain Colonel Tesfaye Wolde was one of their best customers. Once they got their arms, Wolde and his supporters made their move, overthrowing the legitimate government and then making a push for the Red Sea coast. Right now, they own everything on the water south of Massawa, and they're rolling up the Eritrean army as they head north. We're here to do something about that. In order to leave some kind of infrastructure intact, the Eritrean government has also requested that we try to preserve as much of the local architecture as possible. That means that your unit is going to be getting a lot of work. Your first mission is to secure a radio transmitter on the beach north of Massawa. The beach is guarded lightly, but the approach up the bluffs that the station's sitting on is another story. Clear the beach first, then work your way up to the heights and take that transmitter. Once that's in hand, clear out the machine gun nests guarding the beach approaches. If you can, clear the area of all hostiles. The troops following you will appreciate it.
Anyone got a beach ball? History. Taking cover. Goodbye. No fear. Full throttle. We're gone. Kill confirmed. We're here. Goodbye. We're here. Moving out. On our way. Kill confirmed. D's history. We're here. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. D's history. Kill confirmed. D's history. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. D's history.
day. Kill confirmed. We've arrived. Goodbye. We're gone. On our way. We've arrived. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. We've arrived. Goodbye. We're gone. We're gone. We got wounded. Goodbye. We're here. In position. Goodbye. He's history. Goodbye. He's history. Goodbye.
Looks like we have a rush job on our hands. We're making good progress in the push for Massawa itself, but the Ethiopian forces have adopted a scorched earth policy as they fall back. Their latest target is the refinery complex just outside the city, one which Eritrea desperately needs intact. Recon reports that the Ethiopians have already leveled part of it, however, and they're in the process of planning the charges that will destroy the rest. We can't allow that to happen. You'll be approaching the refinery from the south. Move in, secure it, and deal with the squad planting the demo charges. We've also heard that some members of the refinery staff were taken hostage, back when the invaders thought they were going to be operating the refinery themselves and needed expertise on hand. Find the survivors still being held hostage and extract them along the rail line that links the complex to the main track grid. Again, if you can, eliminate all of the enemy forces on site. However, rescuing the hostages and the refinery is more important.
Keep an eye out for the hostages. We're gone. Moving out. Enemy down. Enemy down. We're pinned down. Enemy down. Kill confirmed. D's history. Enemy down. We're gone. On our way. We've arrived. In position. Enemy down. On our way. We're rolling.
Grenade!
Goodbye. He's history. We've arrived. In position. Scratch another one. Scratch another one. We're gone. Kill confirmed. We're gone. Be there in 2 shakes. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. He's history. We're on the way. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Another kill.
In position.
We're gone.
On our way. We're here.
We're here.
On our way.
Moving out. Kill confirmed.
We're here.
In position. He's history.
Kill confirmed.
We're on the way.
On our way.
In place and ready. Silly.
We're here.
We've arrived. He's history. He's history.
The invasion force is bringing in most of its supplies by rail. Our next goal is to put a stop to that. The first step is going to be seizing a depot along the main rail line that runs to Djibouti. Normally, we just take it out with airstrikes, but they've parked a SAM launcher on the heights above the depot, and that needs to be taken out before we can send in the flyboys. We have gotten some satellite reconnaissance that tells us there's a tent encampment near the SAM site. You need to clear that out as well. Otherwise, taking out either the SAM launcher or the railroad depot is going to be tricky. The final objective is the depot building. Take it as quickly as possible. We believe that there's important intel in there relating to the supply lines for the Ethiopian troops. They're sure to try to destroy it once they realize what's going on.
Long way down to those trains. We're gone. We're rolling. In place and ready.
We're here.
Scratch another one. Incoming armor. Scratch another one. Enemy down.
Got armor. Tank destroyed. Moving out.
We're rolling.
Kill confirmed.
In place and ready.
Goodbye. Goodbye. We're pinned down.
Taking cover. Enemy down.
We're gone.
Understood. Be there in 2 shakes. We've arrived.
D's history. Goodbye.
Enemy down.
Moving out.
Be there in 2 shakes. We've arrived. In position. Enemy down. Another kill. Another kill. Another kill. He's history. He's history. We're rolling.
On our way.
He's history.
We're here.
In position.
D's history.
This one's a little different, gentlemen. We've been tapped to do a good deed. As you may know, the coup in Addis Ababa coincided with the worst droughts they've had in 20 years. The pictures aren't making the news back home, but rest assured that there are a lot of starving people in the interior, on both sides of the border. Making it worse, local warlords with ties to the new government have taken to hijacking the relief trucks and stealing or destroying their contents. As a result, a coalition of international relief agencies has asked for military escorts for supply caravans heading for the refugee camps. You'll be handling the first run. You'll be escorting a small convoy of 4 trucks to the refugee camp near the western edge of the Denakil Desert, territory that's technically across the Ethiopian border. Furthermore, we've spotted a band of Ethiopian irregulars sitting across the logical route to the camp. They're most likely going to try to disable the trucks and make off with the supplies. Preventing that is your mission. Making sure they don't ever bother anyone else would be a bonus. The route the convoy will be taking moves through an old riverbed, a perfect ambush point. Make sure all of the trucks make it through in one piece. Get up to the high ground and take out any of the patrols with rocket launchers who are waiting to poach those supplies. If you can wipe out the entire enemy force, so much the better. But the most important thing is to get those trucks through the riverbed in one piece.
We're sitting ducks down here.
On our way. We're
He's
here.
history. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. We're rolling.
On our way.
Kill confirmed. He's history. We've arrived. He's history. We're gone.
Kill confirmed. In position.
Scratch another one. Right on top of them.
He's history.
Taking cover.
Goodbye. Kill confirmed.
They're shooting. Scratch another one.
Goodbye.
We're gone.
He's history.
Enemy down. We're pinned down. He's history. I hear something. Kill confirmed. We're gone. I hear you. We're on the way. Moving out. We've arrived. Be there in 2 shakes. We've arrived. We're here. We're on the way. We're gone.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Peace history.
Enemy down. We're here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Another kill.
On our way. In position.
Another kill.
We have a potentially delicate situation on our hands. Officially, once Washington shut down the SR-71, we haven't had a high-speed manned reconnaissance aircraft. Unofficially, it's called Aurora, and one just went down deep in the heart of the Dennekill. We need to destroy the wreckage before the locals get their hands on it. The last thing we need is for whatever's left of our classified aircraft to go on the international auction block with Colonel Walday banging the gavel. The good news is that the region's been blanketed under a sandstorm until recently. That means that the Ethiopian troops in the area haven't had a chance to salvage the wreckage. Our best estimate is that there are 3 significant chunks of the Aurora left scattered along the length of a dry riverbed. Find them and plant charges on each. They'll be detonated 30 seconds after you plant them, so move quickly. You'll also want to take out the Ethiopian outpost nearby. We don't think that they've managed to salvage anything, but it never hurts to be sure. Take the site and then get out of there. Return to your insertion zone for pickup. Assuming the weather stays clear, the choppers will be there in a hurry. There's also a small supply dump in the area. If you can take it without too much risk, do it. Be warned, though. Enemy light armor's been spotted in the area. It's been immobilized by the storm, but now that the weather's cleared, you're likely to run into it, and sooner rather than later.
This one needs to be quick. We're gone.
In position.
Enemy down. Scratch another one. First charge set.
At all costs. At all costs.
Moving out.
Kill confirmed.
In position. One more to go.
Ease history.
Moving out. On our way.
Taking cover.
We're pinned down. He's history. He's history. All charges set.
On our way.
Be there in 2 shakes.
Moving out.
We're rolling. We're on the way.
We're here.
In place and ready. He's history.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Kill confirmed.
We're on the way. We're gone.
D's history.
We've arrived. We're here.
Goodbye.
Scratch another one.
Look out!
Got a major firefight here. Goodbye. They're shooting.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
We're rolling. On our way.
D's history. We're here.
We've arrived.
D's history.
We're on the way.
On our way.
In place and ready. Kill confirmed. Enemy down. We're gone. We're on the way. Another kill. We're here. Another kill.
Gentlemen, let me introduce you to Ashanafi Abate. He's a local strongman who used to be based out of the area east of Wickrow. However, he's also an old friend of Colonel Wolde's and has now set up residence in a ghost town outside of Adikii. He and his command are your target. As the Ethiopian troops fall back, they're leaving something behind: landmines. Not only do they slow our advance, it's highly unlikely that we're going to find and detonate them all, and that means they're going to be providing unpleasant surprises for the local populace for years to come. Your first priority is to recover the maps of the minefields that are being laid. Abadi's in charge of this section of the project, and he's keeping them in his field HQ in a box canyon northeast of the town. On the opposite end of town is a motor pool tucked into a junkyard. You'll want to disable all of the vehicles there as well. Then you get to go after the big prize, Abate himself. If Abate's not in the field HQ, he'll be in a house he's commandeered on a hill just outside of what's left of the town. He's dug in there, with a trench network defending it, and his troops are positioned all through the wreckage. You're going to go in there and drag him out. Once you've got Abate in hand, head for the pickup point. It's located in the ridges to the south of town.
There should be some routes through the hills. We're on the way.
We're gone.
He's history. Kill confirmed. Taking cover. Goodbye. Goodbye. He's history. Another kill. Another kill. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're pinned down. Orders received. I hear you. We're on the way. Kill confirmed.
In position.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. We're on the way.
We're gone.
We've arrived. We're here. History. Kill confirmed. He's history. He's history. Kill confirmed.
Goodbye. We got wounded. Goodbye.
He's history. He's history. Kill confirmed.
Ndatindakandak.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye.
He's history. Prisoner secured.
Scratch another one.
Moving out. Moving out. In position.
Incoming armor. Another kill.
In position.
Enemy down.
have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that we have a reformed column of Eritrean infantry advancing along one of the major north-south roads from Asmara to Adigrat. The bad news is that the Ethiopian commander in the region is a damn sight more efficient than your friend Abate and has prepared an unpleasant surprise along their route. He's got a roadblock thrown up across the route, with his troops dug in on both sides of it and holding a fortified position on the heights west of the road. Furthermore, he's parked his men right next to a field hospital, which means you'll be doing this without air support. The last thing we need is all the cable news networks showing endless reruns of us accidentally blowing a hospital to smithereens. You need to take that roadblock. To do that, you're going to need to clear out the trenches on either side of the road leading up to the obstruction and take out the encampment on the heights as well. If they've got any vehicle support, neutralize it. Then proceed along the road to the west. Don't worry about stragglers. The troops coming in behind you will handle the mop-up work.
Watch the fire from those trenches.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Enemy down.
Kill confirmed. Taking cover.
Taking cover. He's history. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Scratch another one. Understood.
Roger that.
We're gone.
We're gone.
In place and ready. Enemy down. We're on the way.
We're gone.
Enemy down. Scratch another one.
In position.
In place and ready. He's history. Enemy down. He's history.
Kill confirmed. He's history.
Kill confirmed.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Kill confirmed.
This, gentlemen, is it. We've pushed the Ethiopian forces back across the border, and we've been in contact with the legitimate government in exile. With any luck, they'll be back in power shortly and we can wrap this up. There's just one detail left to take care of. Colonel Tesfaye Wolde. Wolde has decided that the best way to salvage the current situation is to ride out with whatever armor he's got left in an effort to rally the troops personally. I'll leave the wisdom of that particular approach for you to judge, but you can't fault the man's guts. In any case, the column he's riding with is moving north. We're expecting it to hit a bridge over the Marib Wince at approximately 1100 hours, and you're going to be there to greet it. The column will be moving over a bridge that crosses a gorge near a series of waterfalls. You'll be going in downstream near a broad, shallow ford guarded by a few customs buildings. You'll want to secure that crossing immediately, then move into position to take out the tanks. The bridge is probably the best place to bottle them up, and you'll definitely want to take out the infantry holding it before the armor gets there. If not, they'll link up and you'll be in a world of hurt. One more thing. The last of their SAM launchers is guarding the bridge as well. It's positioned to the west of the crossing along the route the tanks are going to follow. Take it out, and we can end this once and for all.
Looks like some nice high ground over there. Be there in 2 shakes.
We're gone.
Kill confirmed. We've arrived.
In position.
Kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed.
Enemy down.
Goodbye.
Enemy down.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. D's history.
D's history.
On our way.
We're gone. Enemy down. Another kill. Kill confirmed. In place and ready. Another kill. Another kill. Enemy down. Another kill. Kill confirmed. 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 Another kill.
Got a tank.
He's history. Kill confirmed. Moving out. We're rolling. Taking cover. Got armor.
Got armor.
Scratch one piece of Russian scrap. At all costs. Advance at all costs. We're gone. We've arrived. Incoming armor. Another kill. We're here. In position. Incoming armor. Scratch one piece of Russian scrap. Scratch one piece of Russian scrap. Got armor. He's history. Got a man down here. Kill confirmed.
In position. He's history.
He's history.
He's history.
As you know, gentlemen, we are here to help safeguard the first democratic elections Cuba's seen since before Batista took control. Since Castro's death in 2006, the Cuban people have had a succession of increasingly incompetent thugs in charge, and thankfully, that's going to change. The elections are going to occur in early May, and our job is to make sure that they go off without a hitch. What that means is that we've been volunteered to make sure the elements who want to bring back the bad old days don't get a chance to win the elections at gunpoint. Your first assignment is a basic contraband seizure. One of our patrol helicopters spotted a light cargo plane dropping a few suspicious-looking crates over an abandoned tobacco plantation. The chopper crew was able to drive off the men who were moving the crates once they landed, but they need ground support to do the job properly. Seeing as the troops trying to haul those crates off look a lot like the guerrillas who've been reported bullying voters in a few of the western cities, we're not taking any chances. Your orders are simple. You'll be inserted by helicopter on the plantation grounds. Once you're en route, the patrol chopper will peel off and leave the ground troops to you. Take control of the old plantation buildings first, as that's what the guerrillas are using for cover. Then, secure those packages by clearing out the troops around them. They'll probably make an effort to retrieve them once the helicopter leaves, so things will be happening in a hurry.
Watch the tops of those embankments. Goodbye. Need a medic. Goodbye. Be there in 2 shakes.
On our way.
We've arrived.
In position.
Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Understood.
Roger that.
Be there in 2 shakes.
On our way.
In position. We've arrived. He's history. He's history. history. We're gone. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. He's history. We're gone. Be there in 2 shakes. Kill confirmed. He's history. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. In place and ready.
We're here.
Excellent work on the plantation, gentlemen. We were able to analyze the contents of those packages. As you might have suspected, they were chock full of guns. We don't know who dropped them off, but we do know whom they were intended for. The troops you ran across are part of the paramilitary forces that we think are linked to the FDG, one of the parties standing a candidate for election. Publicly, they're all about vote against the puppets of the American imperialists, but disavowing violence. Privately, they seem to be a little more aggressive than that. We've gotten reports that bands of these thugs have been going up and down the countryside, intimidating people into not voting and making things unpleasant for supporters of the opposition parties. The good news is, we've also managed to locate what we think is one of their training bases. It's up in the hills of Pinar del Rio, which means that getting a lot of troops there isn't easy. That's why you're going in. Your mission is to locate and neutralize the training camp. Take out the guard towers that cover the approaches, then seize the camp itself. Be careful. The troops inside may not be fully trained yet, but recon images indicate that there are a lot of them.
We're going to need to take out those watchtowers fast. We're on the way.
Moving out.
Kill confirmed. Taking cover. Scratch another one. We need to take out that other tower before they enemy down. Yes, sir. Another kill. Be there in 2 shakes. Moving out. We've arrived. Scratch another one. Enemy down. Another kill. Another kill. Scratch another one. Scratch another one. Enemy down. Enemy down. Another kill. Another kill. We're gone. We're gone. Enemy down. Enemy down. Another kill. In position. Another kill. In place and ready. Scratch another one. Enemy down. Scratch another one. Scratch another one. Moving out. We're on the way. Scratch another one. Scratch another one.
As you probably know, the camp in Pinar del Rio you hit wasn't the only one the FDG was using. We've been hitting other ones as we find them. Unfortunately, they've started to hit back. An MV-22 with a full complement of Marines on board was en route to neutralize a camp up in the Sierra de los Órganos when it was shot down. Apparently, the FDG's been able to get their hands on a good part of what used to be the Cuban Army's arsenal, since it looks like it was a good old-fashioned Russian SAM that took the MV-22 out. The terrain you're going into is steep, rocky, and difficult. It's also in the middle of nowhere, so anyone you run into is liable to be an FDG soldier. Your first priority once you hit the ground will be the survivors. Find any you can and get them to safety. You're also going to need to find the source of the SAM that took out the Osprey and eliminate it. Once you do that, we'll be able to send in a chopper and pick you up at the evac zone. However, until the SAM launcher is taken out, we're not going to risk another bird. If you can, pick up the USMC code books from the downed aircraft. We don't want those falling into enemy hands. Good luck, people.
Watch for fire from those high rock formations. Another kill. Another kill.
Kill confirmed.
On our way. We're rolling.
D's history.
Goodbye.
D's history.
We're pinned down.
Goodbye.
D's history. Goodbye. Scratch another one.
Goodbye. D's history.
D's history. Goodbye. D's history. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Enemy down. D's history. We're here.
D's history. Got armor. We're pinned down.
Enemy down. Tank spotted. Taking cover. Tank spotted.
Tank destroyed. No fear.
Advance at all costs.
Moving out.
We're on the way. our way.
Got the cargo. D's history. In position.
We're here. He's history. He's history. Goodbye.
Kill confirmed.
He's history. Enemy down. In position. We've arrived. Waiting for pickup.
And also with the priest, identifiable.
Buckle up, people. You're going to Isla de la Juventud, 100 miles south of the main island. Batista used it for political prisoners, but Castro turned it into a tourist trap. The beaches are nice, but half the island's still swamp, and guess what part you're going to be seeing? The FTG's got an airfield right in the middle of one of those swamps, on the western side of the island. They've been using it for weapons transfers. The plane that dropped off those packages you recovered on the tobacco plantation flew out of there, and to dabble in the drug trade. By shutting it down, we shut down one of their primary supply pipelines. You'll be inserted by boat on this one, so be prepared. Your two main objectives are the airfield itself and the ammunition storage dump nearby. Seize one, and then plant the demolition charges to destroy the other. After that, get out as quickly as you can. With the way things are going on the main island, we don't expect the airfield is heavily defended, but that's no guarantee.
There's high ground to the east. Goodbye. We're rolling.
We're gone.
He's history. Kill confirmed. In place and ready. Kill confirmed.
We're pinned down.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye.
Moving out.
Be there in 2 shakes. Kill confirmed.
We're here.
In place and ready. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
We're pinned down.
Taking cover. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. It's an ambush. Take cover. He's history.
Kill confirmed.
history. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. Taking some hits. Goodbye. He's history. Kill confirmed. Understood. Kill confirmed. He's history. We've arrived. Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. He's history. He's history.
On our way.
Advance at all costs. Kill confirmed. Kill
In
confirmed.
position.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. We're gone.
On our way.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Goodbye.
It looks like morale's starting to drop on the other side. We're still getting reports of FTG squads hitting villages on the western side of the island, but we're seeing more defectors every day. With the elections coming up in less than a month, this is a good sign. The biggest turncoat is a man named Esteban Ordóñez, who until 3 days ago was a high-ranking official in the Priego presidential campaign. Priego's the FTG's candidate, and he's also the one calling the shots on the military side of things. Obviously, getting someone this close to Priego to switch sides is a tremendous break for us. The bad news is that we got a call from Ordóñez about 20 minutes ago. It seems that his assistant figured out that he was going to turn and ratted him out. He ran for it with an armload of FTG documents, which he hid as soon as he was out of sight. Unfortunately, they caught up to him a few minutes later. We know this because he was literally on the phone with our people when they found him. We don't think he's dead, but that could change at any minute. Your mission is to rescue Ordóñez and get those papers. Find where he hid the parcel, then find him and bring him back alive. Our first flyover of the region showed that they moved a BMP in, so you may want to take that out as well. Remember, they're not going to keep Ordóñez alive much longer, so there's real time pressure on this one. Best of luck to you, gentlemen. Now get to work.
Keep your eyes peeled for that package Ordóñez dropped.
D's history. Goodbye. D's history. D's history.
We're on the way. We're gone.
D's history. Goodbye. D's history. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Goodbye. D's history. Tank destroyed. Kill confirmed. D's history. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. We're gone.
Hostage secured. Be there in 2 shakes.
In position.
In place and ready.
We're here. Goodbye. Goodbye.
We're rolling.
On our way. Is history. Goodbye.
We've
We're here.
arrived.
Kill confirmed.
We're on the way.
We're gone. We're here.
We're rolling.
We're gone.
We've arrived.
We're here.
We're rolling.
Moving out.
In place and ready. position.
Happy Election Day, people. We've got trouble. The polls don't open for another hour, but FDG sympathizers all over the country are already making a mess of things wherever they can. We need every available soldier out there safeguarding voting centers, and that means you get to go along on this one too. You'll be going to one of the worst trouble zones, a coastal city called Cienfuegos. The FDG's got a lot of support there, and according to reports, they've gunned down people heading for one of the main polling centers. Your job is to go in and safeguard that voting center and make sure that people can actually get to it to vote. If they want to vote FDG once they get inside, fine, that's their choice. The point is to make sure they all get that choice. Safeguarding the polling center is your highest priority. There are FDG forces in the streets all around it, so you'll have to keep an eye out in all directions. There are also reports that civilians have been taken hostage by the FDG. If that's the case, find those hostages and get them out of harm's way. Finally, you'll want to locate and knock out the local FDG command post. Remember this, safeguarding these elections is why we're here. Everything else is secondary. Let's do this right.
We have to defend the polling center at all costs. Goodbye. He's history. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. He's history. Goodbye. He's history. Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. 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 Fall back on the central building. He's history. Kill confirmed. confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Got the cargo. Got the cargo. We're rolling.
On our way.
Kill confirmed. He's history. We've arrived.
We're here.
Goodbye. Got the cargo.
Saddle up. This is a hot one. It turns out the FDG's drug connection was stronger than we thought. Priego is essentially owned by Colombian interests, and by Colombian interests, I mean FARC. They were hoping that he'd assume power and turn Cuba into a depot for cocaine heading north into Florida. In the wake of the election results, that's obviously not going to happen, so Priego asked his bosses for help. They sent a few boatloads of their troops to reinforce the FDG soldiers, and that's what we have to deal with right now. The FARC troops are hitting the beach near Demas, and they're hitting it hard. We'll be able to get more troops there later, but right now, you're all we've got. Disable the vehicle column the Colombian troops will be using to get off the beach, then hold the beach itself. The FARC soldiers will have FDG reinforcements coming in, so be prepared to be hit by a second wave. Finally, seize the jetties and any supplies the enemy's placed on them. They've set up a makeshift command outpost complete with an automatic grenade launcher on one of the jetties. Make sure you take that out as well.
And 266, proceed on to Delta Romeo, hold short of maintain listing launch. How much vehicle?
About a 13,000, 3,000, direct 40 heavy.
We can take out the convoy before they hit the beach. Kill confirmed. Goodbye.
Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Kill confirmed. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Enemy down. Scratch another one. Enemy down. Enemy down. Scratch another one. Another kill. Scratch another one. Enemy down. Enemy down. Scratch another one. Scratch another one. Another kill. Another kill. Enemy down. Scratch another one.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Scratch another one. He's history.
He's history. Goodbye.
Scratch another one. Enemy down. Another kill. Scratch another one. Be there in 2 shakes. We're gone.
5 to the right, 220 on the half.
We're here.
Priego's run out of allies and he's run out of room. We've rounded up most of the armed FTG supporters in the countryside and routed the FARC reinforcements. The big boys in Colombia have decided to cut their losses, which means that Priego's got nothing left. He's retreated to an old hilltop fortress in the Sierra de los Órganos with the last of his supporters. You get the honor and the privilege of digging him out. The fortress is 1920s vintage, but it's situated on top of a steep hill and it's got well-placed external guard posts. Neutralize those guard posts and then take the fortress. Priego's inside with the best of his elite guards. They won't be easy to dig out, but we want Priego alive. Dead, he becomes a martyr, and that's the last thing the new Cuban government needs. Make sure he doesn't escape. There's a helicopter pad behind the fortress complex, so you'll need to make sure he doesn't make a run for that. If he gets away, this whole mess has the potential to start all over again. You know what you have to do, people. Now let's go do it.
It's all uphill from here.
D's history.
Another kill. Scratch another one.
Goodbye.
On our way. Be there in 2 shakes.
No fear, no fear. Moving out.
We're gone. We got a casualty.
Kill confirmed.
Goodbye. In position. On our way. We've arrived. We're here. Scratch another one.
In position.
another one.
We're gone.
On our way. Enemy down. Enemy down. No fear.
We're here.
In position. Another kill. Enemy down. Scratch another one. Be there in 2 shakes.
We're gone.
Got armor.
Man down.
We have a casualty.
Lost a man. Man down.
Man down.
Goodbye.
In position.
Lost a man.
Scratch another one. Goodbye. Another kill. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Another kill. Goodbye. Scratch another one.
Kill confirmed.
Enemy down. Waiting for pickup.
County 2404, we can't find him.